What up? What up? What's going on, team? Um, Quick breakdown of USD CAD trade from this morning. Top to bottom is just for you. It's not to be posted social media, anything. It's just for you guys. So from the top, right? We're gonna start from the daily time frame. When I'm looking at the daily time frame, what I'm looking for in a daily time frame. I'm looking for the market maker's pattern, right? So here we go. We on V2. V2 lets me know that the overall trend it's up, right? So we don't get faked out. We know that the overall trend is up, right? Now, there's times where I will take a counter, right? There's times that I will, but I have to have a whole lot of confirmations. And this is what it's about. This is about those types of confirmation that I use to take a short on this trade. Um, Even though in our strategy, we want to stick to just taking trades with the market makers, right? So let's get to it. So the first thing I'm going to look at again is the market maker's pattern. Where am I within the pattern? I see that I'm in V2. That means that I'm on my way up. Second thing I'm going to look at market structure. Make sure the market structure is, going with the market maker's trend, right? And I can see that everything is higher highs, higher lows, high, higher low, high, equal lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, I have a higher low, I have a lower high, I have a low, right? I have a higher high from this one, but it's equal to this one. Letting me know that I'm in consolidation or this chop and everything, right? I'm not gonna go to higher highs, higher lows the whole time, right? But we can see that we have a consolidation, right? To trap falls to then get the real move on the way up, right? We can see that, right? Based on what we already know, right? So that's what I'm going to look for in the daily. Now I'm going to shoot down to the 4 hour time frame. I'm going to look at my market structure in the 4 hour time frame, right? I want to make sure that okay, we made the low, right, on the false move, right? Now we're starting to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, right? Our previous 4 hour zone um, was here, then we move to this 4 hour zone, right? We're playing in this 4 hour zone with this higher high, the higher low, higher high, right? So I'm expecting a higher low to then push to continue the trend to the higher high, right? That's the expectation, right? So my next time frame is my 30. I want to see what's going on inside, right? From the external to the internal structure, what the internal structure is made out of, right? So we have the high that was made, right? We know we're in a pullback. We have a lower low, we have a high, well, we have a higher low, a high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We can see we have downtrend structure that is happening here, right? And we can see we had 2 days of drop. That doesn't mean, well, ever we have a 2 days of drop, we're going to take the third day of drop. No, not necessarily. There have to be other indicators or other confluence that's going to let us know, that's going to give us the signal, hey, take a trade going short. It's okay, right? And again, like I said in the chat today, I do not recommend taking counter trend trades until you really understand what the hell is going on, right? There's a lot of things going on in this market. It's not just one thing or two things. There's thousands of things going on, right, at the same time. But the more analysis you can do, the better the odds of you winning a trade, right? So the expectation is of their drop to then pull back, right? That's the expectation. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my 5 minute time frame, right? Why my 5 minute time frame? Um, I want to see the structure that's within this pullback to make this lower high, right? So I can see the structure that we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Once I see that, what I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for it to have a change of character and a break of structure in a lower time frame, right? So I could get into the trade. So what I did was I hopped on the 1 minute time frame, right? When I hop on the 1 minute time frame, now I'm looking for the small details, right? So I see that we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Now we make a lower low, lower low, lower high, right? What does that tells me? That tells me I have a change of character. We have another lower low. We have another lower high, right? Now we have a break of structure. Now I'm looking to seeing what's happening, right? Now we broke out of it. Once we broke out of this lower low, we broke that lower low and we had that little bit, that little 2 minute consolidation. Boom. That's when I enter. At the end of that red candle that broke out of this small zone is where I enter, right? You can see zero drawdown, right? And I was targeting the low of the day, right? This was one of my targets was to break the low. My next target was the opening of today, right? Which for me, I wasn't gonna do it over here, right? I want to do it in this consolidating zone that was happening. It was either here or here, right? These were my first, eyeballing of the target, and then it was the low of the day, right? So what I did was, just so you guys see, I got out, right? I got out here. I closed my trade here, right? Even though it hit my target. Notice how I hit my target later on. It definitely did hit the target. But I was playing a little bit more conservative. Why? Because again, I'm trading counter trend. Anything can happen going counter. So the fact that I was going counter, I'm going to play it safe. Now, what were those things that made me get out? Right? We got the entry. Okay, Eric, what was happening here that made me get out? The market is creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? This is when news hit. News hit at this time, right? So when the news hit, it just shot up, then came back down. Nothing crazy. Created a wick to the top. So I said, okay, boom. That's exhaustion is happening at the top. That means it's going to continue to go down. Perfect. Let's continue. Boom, it went down, right? It started to come back up. I see that it broke this high that was set here, made a higher high from here, right? They made a higher low. Once it made that, it made a higher high, right? The candle closed. Up here, I got out. Immediately, I got out. Now, one can argue, but Eric, it didn't break structure because technically the structure was here, right? It was being held here, was being held here. You can say it was being held here, right? It was being held here. It just tested. Yeah, it just tested. But again, guys, if I'm trading counter, any little thing that I see that might go wrong, I'm getting out, right? I'm getting out. I'm not going to stay in the trade. I'm going to get out, right? So that's what made me get out was right here. Once I saw that this candle pushed up, right, and closed above this small zone, I got out, right? Even though, again, some of you guys may look at this and say, well, it was just a test candle. Yes, it could have been a test candle. It could have been a break of structure there to continue up. I did see this higher high, right, and higher low, right? You can say, well, that was inducement. It could be whatever you want it to be, guys. All I can tell you is that I had to get out because, again, I'm trading counter. So if it was straight red like this, I'm home, right? Home free. Let's continue to get it. But once I start seeing things changing course, I had to step out, right? And that's exactly what I did. I got out. So this trade, what I forgot how many pips. Let's take a look. I got like 16 pips, something like that. 14 pips, right? This was a $456 trade. Not bad. A couple minutes too, nothing crazy. Um, so that's the first trade I took. That was USDCAD. Second trade I took was US30, the dirty 30. So the dirty 30, I traded a little bit different, right? Well, same principles, right? Let's take a look. So my top on US30 consists of the 4 hour time frame. So boom, I understand that, hey, overall market is up because I can see higher highs, higher lows. Same thing as yesterday, higher highs, higher lows. So I'm looking for the price, technically to go up. But yesterday, right, we had 3 days of rise. We had a fourth day of rise, right? They extended it. So I'm not looking to really, go long. I'm actually looking for the reversal, right? We should have had it yesterday. We got some reverse. I took it long because I saw the breakout, so I went long for a little bit, and I got out right before the price spiked back down, right? Like it's supposed to. And if we do the ADR, we do 33% of the ADR, you'd be like, damn, E, you got out right on time. Yes, the numbers don't lie. On top of that, I did QPs, right? I got out right below 35,000, right? So boom. So here I can see what's going on. Let's take a look at the pattern. Again, higher highs, higher lows. Let's fix this. Let's fix it live with you guys. Higher highs, higher lows, higher high right there. Now, once I see that, I'm looking for the reverse. Why? Because I see a double top. Right? I'm looking, I was like, they slowing down there. That's a clear double top. Right? So boom. So then I'm dropped down to my 5 minute time frame. On my 5 minute time frame, here's when I start to analyze the market structure. Right? I see a head and shoulders type pattern. Right? So once I see that, it's over for them. Once I saw that, I dropped down to the 1 minute time frame. Once I drop down to the 1 minute time frame, it's very easy to see what's going on here. Right? We have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, lower low, lower high. Then what happened? Broke right here. Once I saw that they came back down here, I got in. As soon as I seen that. As soon as this candle closed red, I got in at the beginning of the next candle, and I went all the way down to here. Now, why was my take profit there? Because look at the zone. I was trading this zone. This I was trading in here, right? So that's where I took profit at, right? Which is not bad considering it's 66 pips on US30 in and out, right? And then the news came and brought the price back up, right? I was already out anyway. Oh, let me show the trade. Sorry. That's the US30 trade. So the entry and the exit. Um, this is where I got in. This is where I got out. Could I stayed holding? Yeah, probably went negative. Maybe could have probably took me out. You know how this works. This is um empty. This is not what's this called? A trade locker server. This is Capital Com server. So trade locker server could have probably worked me out. I didn't even look. I should take a look at that, right? If I would have stayed on. But as you can see, the price today continued to drop. Right? Continue to drop. It's gonna hit the ADR low, right? But this is how I'm trading, guys. Again, I'm still using our fundamentals, still using market makers pattern, still using ADR, right? I just added market structure because market structure is key. Market structure lets us know where it's been, where it's going, a little bit more precise once you understand how to read these things and candlesticks, right? Understand what's going on. Again over here, created a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I mean lower high, then boom, and broke, created a lower low from here. Then I knew it was gonna continue, so I got in. That's my trade, gentlemen. Any questions? Um, hit up the chat and let me know. All right, gentlemen. Peace.